Howdy do. Hello. Morning. Just a bit of an update. Been away for a couple of days down in Plymouth doing a work day job. Back yesterday evening and spent this morning doing a bit of finishing off on the flattening and the G code. So we seem to have 10 steps that we need to go through to create the 3 different tiers. So just give you an overview. This is the 10 steps with a bit of info on what to do at each stage. We've got the base down here, the centers or the center tiers, and we've got the top cover. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick run through. So first thing is we must create the base, and what we're doing there is we're creating the, let's get this over the screen. Alright, so the step 1 is set the thickness to 16mm on the material thickness. I've got it on 5mm there. That's because the last one I did, but you set that to 16mm. Set your bit diameter. Got to be quite accurate here. Okay. I'm using a 4mm 4 fluted end mill, flat end mill. Right, use on base registry holes 12mm. Now the material thickness is 12mm. 12mm polycarbonate or acrylic or plastic. Wood, you could make it out of wood. Anyway, so, but we want to mill through the 12mm plastic and into the spoil board by 4mm. So 16mm. I'm setting the depth to 16mm, and it's going to drill a 4mm plunge, 16mm straight through. The 4mm on that I'm not interested in, but it's these registry holes or these holes in the handles. We're going to use them to flip the plastic over to mill the back after. So it's critical. So you place your plastic on the CNC bed and you clamp it down, and then the first thing you do is mill out these 4 registry holes. Now there's a 6mm plunge 16mm straight through the material into the spoil board. Okay, so after stage 1 is done, you go to stage 2. So the material stays where it is from stage 1. You load up stage 2, and you've got to set your material thickness in here to 12mm. Set that to 12mm, and same bit. Now your bin pockets are 10mm, and your center ball bearing is your spring and ball bearing plunge is 9mm into the 12mm plastic. That's those 2 there. Your bin pockets are all these here that go around where you're going to store your SMD components. Your spring and ball bearing plunge is there in the top surface going down 9mm. You pop your springs in there and your ball bearings. Your swivel bearing in the center, 12mm wide, and we want to, it's 4mm thick, so we need to drop it into that pocket. Need to mill out that pocket there. 4mm, but it's also 0.25 of a mil to allow for allow for the washer. This will give it a spacing. So it's 35.42% out of 12mm to get that. So like I said, I'm going to do some tests in some scrap wood or scrap plastic, and then try a bearing in, and then get my verniers out and do some, make sure it is quite accurate. It's all based on accuracy. When I say accuracy, I don't mean as in an industrial environment. This is just a DIY. We need to get as close as we can to this 0.25 of a mil depth into the pocket. So we want 4.25 pocket. That's deep. Anyway, so that's stage 2. Stage 2 also, when it's finished the pockets and these bits, it cuts out the plastic into the shape. Okay. Now you can leave your rest of your waste plastic bolted down. It's not a problem. So you want to vacuum up all your bits, any loose bits. Now this should be loose by then, this piece. So stage 3, you want to take it out and you're going to flip it over. So you're going to flip it over to do the rubber feet and the bottom recess for the retaining bolt. So you set your thickness. Your thickness is already 12 mil, so you're fine. You haven't got to set that, but just a reminder. Same bit. Turn the piece over. Use the registry holes with 6 mil pins. So you're going to flip it from this side over to this side. So you just flip it all the way over and push it down, and you've got to insert your 6 mil pins into there. Okay. So push your pins into there, into the spoil board, so it's exactly in the same place as it came out, but flipped over. Okay, flip from right to left. Okay, center pocket for the retaining screw, 6.75 mil pocket there. Okay, and then your rubber feet is 20 mil diameter, 1 mil deep. So it's just 1 mil deep. Okay, so once that's finished, that's the first base complete. I'm getting short of time now. Gotta get ready for a day job again. All right, so that's the first one we done, and the base sets the precedence for the rest of the work for the day. With these registry holes already being milled to 16 mil. Right, so you then unclamp your scrap plastic, put in your new piece of plastic, or move your plastic down. Yeah, you've got to try and align it, your plastic, over top of these registry holes and clamp it down. And make sure your edges are covered. Right, whatever piece of material you got. I've only got 250 mil, so I've got to be really careful that I get it lined up with this point here. There, that's where I start from. Okay. And it's a blank piece of plastic, so you've got nothing cut. So then you want to, without moving your X and Y axis or resetting your machine home positions or anything like that, keep it all as it is. Then you're going to load this one, which is going to mill down to 12 millimeter. It's going to do the center 4 mil hole, or plunge it all the way through 12 mil. And it's going to do your registry hole 6 mil again, but only for 12 mil. Okay, once it's done that, underneath you should be exactly lined up with your previously 4 mil into your spoil board. Okay, so next one, that's stage 4. Anything else? Place new plastic over area of base registry holes. Push pins into existing holes. Push pins into holes, yeah. Probably not there. Probably down here. Anyway. Right. Use the center tier registry holes. Yeah, okay. So, anyway, then you load up stage 5, which thickness is set, the bit is set. So your bin pockets are 10 mil. So 83.4% of the 12 mil thickness of the material. Your ball bearing is 9 mil. The ball bearing and spring, same again as the base. Swivel bearing slightly different this time. Actually, swivel bearing center. No, that's right. That's the same as that. Same as that. So 4.25 mil pocket. And it cuts it out as well. Cuts the piece out. That's stage 5 done. Stage 6. I'm getting short of time again. I always have a tough time. Stage 6. You've got to mill out the ball bearing recesses. This is the underneath of the middle tiers. It's going to mill out the. It's only 0.5 of a mil, 0.5 of a mil recess for the bearing to click into and roll around into the pivot, into the holes. This snaps it to the desired angle. Well, not desired, snaps it to the nearest angle. Swivel bearing in the centre, same again. So it does that. So that's finished that point. Then you go over to, that's the centre tiers. Repeat that as many times as you want for as many layers you need. I've done 3 layers. Okay, then you go over to 7, which is the material changes then to 5mm material. So you're on 5mm thick polycarbonate, probably polycarbonate, or acrylic. I prefer polycarbonate. So you got to set your thickness again to 5mm here. That's how come I ended up on 5mm. Okay, and then you're going to mill out your registry holes and your centers. That's 4mm plunge, 5mm, and these pockets, well, these cutouts go to 5mm for your registry holes. Once that's finished, push your pins into the holes once it's finished. Right, your thickness is the same. Your bin pockets are 5mm. No, they're not. No, your 5mm material, and you want to pocket them out 60%, which gives you 3mm pockets. So these pockets are all 3mm deep out of 5mm. So you've got 2mm left underneath. Your swivel bearing is 3.75 this time, deep. That's from the top surface. But they're really only 3.5, I think it is. We'll have a look in a minute. Yeah, so that'll mill out the right size. It's not a bearing, it's for your nut, to fit your nut on. Anyway, so that's that. We are running short of time. Right, go quickly. So we need to mill out, this will mill the pockets. It won't cut it out. It'll leave that cut out till we've got to mill, once we've milled the center for the nut retainer, we've got to mill down 0.75 of a mil for our rubber mat pocket. And when it's finished, it'll cut the piece out, and then you've got to flip it for the last bit. Stage 10, that's stage 9. Stage 10 is your last one. This is your ball bearing recess, 0.5 of a mil. It's got to mill that out, and it'll mill the swivel bearing in the center. It's not really a swivel bearing, it's just it's a pocket, a 0.25mm pocket for the washer to sit into. Part of the washer to sit into. Anyway, that's that. Okay, and I'm bang on the dot where I need to get dressed to go to work and all the rest of it, so I'm going to have to rush. There's the final thing. Okay, that'll have to do it. Thanks for watching. I've been Dave from UPass. Bye-bye.